This here is Mortum, a dark world based in Europe. Now, you are a group of detectives trying to solve whatever is going on in this dark world. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of the game and show you what it's all about. So let's just take a look at it. The game itself plays out in medieval Europe. And like I said, you are like a group of detectives going around in this village trying to figure out what happened. And this here is the introduction to the game. It basically says, thank you for buying the game, open the first box, and it will actually show you how to play the game. In the box you will find the tokens. You of course need to punch these out. But then you will also find these three boxes, 1, 2, and 3. These are the three scenarios that you will play through, and you of course need to start with number 1. In these boxes we will find cards, and lots of them. You will also find these cards here. These are cards where you can make notes on them. Well, as you see, I haven't opened these because it pains me to write on cards. I just can't do it. So I just took a piece of paper and pen and I wrote on that instead of this. Now here you have a lot of cards like I told you, and the first one will say start. That makes sense, right? That you start at start. And then you simply read this card. This is basically the setup of the game, telling you how to set it up. You need to choose a character and you need to choose 3 of the 5 available characters. Once you have chosen your 3 characters, you need to take their starting tokens, all visible at the bottom of their card. The thief, for example, gets 2 coins and a lock, while the warrior gets 3 of these axe symbols and also a coin. And the assassin over here gets this little mask and a fist. Now, all of these are actions that you can use in the gameplay. What they will actually do can be seen on the back card of each of the cards of the characters. Then we take out these 2 time cards here. Now, as you can see, it goes from 6 AM to 5 AM. And you will take this little time token and put it on the starter spot. Now, for each time that you take a new card or turn a new card around in this game, you need to move the time token 1 step. Each of these steps symbolizing an hour in the day. Now, when you get down here to 7 PM, you can see that we're starting to get red squares. These red squares are fatigue. And this is where the game starts to get dangerous for you. Because for each time that you do not rest during the night, you will get more and more fatigue. Now, if the group ever reaches 6 fatigue on the time track, the investigation ends immediately and you need to reveal card number 32. But I of course won't show you that now. Next we need to take the search cards, the surveillance cards and the raid cards and sort them into their specific group. The last thing we do is to start the map. Now we start by revealing card number 25. This here will be the starting point of your adventure. And that's how you set up the game. It's quite easy, it goes quite fast, and these cards will help you all along the way. Now, once you have set up the game, you are ready to start playing. And again, these cards will show you how to start playing. So it's basically just to read the instructions and then just keep on going. In the game, you will of course get choices. You can choose to go to the inn, or you can choose to go to the ruins, or you can choose to go to the pub. And when you get to these different locations, well, you are told to draw different cards from the deck. Again, on these cards, you will have different choices. It could be to go to talk to a person. It could be to go and investigate or something. But besides the cards themselves, you can also use these tokens here, either to pay for whatever you want to do, or to fight, or to do surveillance. Every time you do this, you need to mark whatever you want to do with the token on the map itself. So for example, if you would like to do a surveillance on the ruins, you would put a surveillance tokens on the ruins themselves. But you would also need to take a surveillance token and put it on the time track, 3 hours ahead of where the time token is right now. Once you have reached the token out on the time track again, well then you have done that action out on the map. Once you have done that action, you take the corresponding card from the corresponding deck that has the same number as the location where you were at. And once you have done the action, you take the card and you read the back. And anything can really happen here. I mean, it might happen nothing at all. You might just be staring at a wall for the whole night and nothing happened. Or you might find a new location, expanding the map. You might find a person, you might find items. Really, anything can happen here. And as your investigation goes on, you will slowly and steady try to understand and figure out what have actually happened here. And you will also get keywords. Keywords that you will use in the next scenarios in the future. And once you have finished the first scenario, well, the game will tell you to move on to the second. And the same thing will happen in the second one. It will tell you when to move on to the third one. And as I said, you will take your items and keywords and everything you learned from the first scenario into the second scenario, and from the second and first into the third. Because you will use that in the end to be able to combine and see the full picture. If you're into story-driven games with a lot of adventure, text and history, well, this is definitely for you. But if you do not like to read a lot, well, this game is not for you. Because on these cards there is a lot of text. And there are a lot of words, there's a lot of story, there is a lot of things that you can get into. There's a lot of lore in this game as well. And if you're into this, well, this is for you. But if you feel yourself getting bored about reading, well, this is not for you, because reading is a big part of this game. For me, I felt like this game was just perfect, but I do like role-playing games. I do like stories, I do like a whole adventure where everything evolves and the story kind of progresses as you go on. Plus, I also like where you are a part of shaping the story. I mean, Sleeping Gods was just for me. I really love that game. And here it's kind of the same. I mean, you choose a path, you choose what you want to do and not to do, you choose where you want to go. So it is kind of like a mini role-playing game. Where I felt like this game became a little bit boring sometimes was when you had to read too much, and you really did not do that much out on the map sometimes. I mean, these cards do fill in the biggest part of this game. It is you reading the story. It is you heading out to the map, going to a location, trying to figure out what is going on. And yes, you do also do the actions. I mean, you do go to the pub, you do go out fighting, you do go out raiding. But again, once you have raided, well, it is another card with more text. So you really need to love reading to be able to get through these scenarios. There you have it, my friend. That was Mortum, a medieval mystic adventure detective game. I played through the first scenario, and I am quite excited to play through the second and third as well, because I want to know what happens. But once you have played through them, well, the game is pretty much over. I mean, I can't see myself going through it one more time. Well, maybe in years to come I would feel like getting into this again, because maybe I have forgotten about the story. But the replayability, well, yeah, you get it. But that's a good thing, because there is actually a little mini expansion here where you get even more adventures. As you can see, I haven't opened this one yet, but this is like an expansion to the game that keeps the universe growing. If you like the game, well, check it out down in the links here beneath the table, or in the description, I mean, not the table. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, give me a comment, throw in maybe a little question about the game, and I will see if I can help you out. But most importantly, my friend, please remember to keep on spreading that board gaming love I know you all have. Peace out.